EJR keeping their 4 drivers.
Oh, God. Sorry.
The money, mate.
Sorry, I just can't do it, man. Anyway.
The money, mate. The money.
Oh, man.
We need money.
We need money.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk Supercars. Of course, we've got the Gold Coast 500 this weekend, and this is the weekend preview. And once again, I am welcomed with my co-host, Alex. Hello, Alex. Welcome back.
Hello. It's going to be a great weekend. That's all I'm going to say.
I love Surfers Paradise. It always puts on a show, and I cannot wait. But
it's one of the best tracks.
It is for sure. And the best thing is we're finishing the year off with 2 greatest tracks, 2 awesome street circuits.
Street circuits are what make it awesome. And I love street circuits. If there was a bid to put in a street circuit for every single race, I would sign that bid.
That's it. Just the atmosphere of it. I don't know if it's like because of the city, like background and stuff like that. See, Surfers Paradise is beautiful. Like the back straight. I call it straight. There's no straights on the Gold Coast. But where that chicane is, you see the beach from a helicopter.
It's so unique. There's no other track that drives along a beach in the world, I don't think.
The closest thing is probably Monaco with their on the is it the ocean?
That's not a beach.
No, but it's not a beach. So.
That's what I'm saying. There's no beach side racetrack. There's lakeside, there's riverside, there's, canal side.
And they're known Surfers Paradise, they're known for putting on a good show on and off track.
Oh, they will. Yeah.
And there's a good concert lined up as well. I haven't actually looked into it, as I'm not actually going, but
no, nor am I.
I've heard, it should be
I almost did.
Yeah?
I almost did, yeah. My dad lives up there now, so yeah, it would have been cool, but it was a bit too late to do anything.
Maybe next year or something. But before we get into the Gold Coast stuff, pretty much, let's run over some news that have happened since Bathurst, and there's quite a few. Starting off with the P word, parity. Ford finally get their parity upgrade that they've been wanting for. Of course, if you haven't tuned in before Bathurst, Supercars actually declined their request for the change at Bathurst. But because of Bathurst, the parity trigger was hit. So apparently there was about half a second difference between the Camaro and Mustang, and it's not very parity.
This is the issue I have with this. So let's kind of be honest here, and I don't know how to explain this, but the reason that Supercars declined the parity issue last race at Bathurst was because they talked about it the day before, which you should have this planned a couple weeks in advance, but no, they decided to have a meeting like the Wednesday morning before, and yes, that they've now accepted it, and it's going to be running this week. But the reason that they did the bid then was because Bathurst is a track where you need all those upgrades.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas I don't think Gold Coast and Adelaide is going to be very different.
It's more
let's be honest, the Camaro and Mustang were very good at the start of the year at Newcastle, which is the same type of track.
And Townsville, right? Anton managed to win that race as well. So it's all about, the thing is, especially the Gold Coast, is with the chicane and whatnot, it's more of a driver skill base.
It's driver and setup of the car. It's got nothing to do with aero at all.
No. But, who knows, it might still make a difference. But I do purely think it's going to be driver skill this weekend. But Ford, they weren't happy after Bathurst. So they got a little change. So just quickly briefing over what has actually changed. So we've got a insert in the front fog lamp area of the car, of the dimple port area. I'll probably show a photo I'm sorry, I'm very pixelated. But I'll fix that in a minute. I'll show a photo of it. It's look, it's it's very minor, right? If you look at it, you'll think it's normal, but if you look, you have to look closely for it. Some side skirt adjustments and a wider rear wing element, plus a repositioning. So who knows if that's going to work? Apparently, Will Davison said it felt nicer, but like you said, these street circuits, it probably won't matter.
Yeah, I think the wing, based on the photo, looks a bit taller. I don't know, and the outside, I'm being very picky. This is just off the Speed Cafe website, by the way.
Yeah.
And so it says here the wing element has effectively been lengthened by inserting a 55mm attachment to each end plate.
It's very minor.
Very minor.
The thing is, in this sport, though, a little minor thing can make a huge difference.
It kind of looks like the middle of the rear wing's also been, I don't know, one of these ones. I don't know what you call this. I've obviously people that listen to this
I know what
podcast,
you mean.
sorry.
I know what you mean, but...
But the middle of it's been pushed up a little bit.
I'll put a photo on the thing so you can see it. Yeah, it's got like a little arch.
Yeah, I don't know if that's mentioned, but that's what I can see based off first.
I'm assuming that's the same angle, like, because obviously one's placed.
Yeah.
Down, but it does look a bit more archy. But yeah. I
guess we'll see.
Ford isn't completely satisfied with the changes yet. They don't. Obviously, they're going to complain.
Yeah.
But there is going to be some wind tunnel testing, which has been confirmed for December.
Right.
And it's going. So a 888 car and a DJR car will be shipped to North Carolina, which is a first for the sport, for the category. So hopefully.
Oh, is there no wind tunnels in Australia?
No, not that I know.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Well, at least I haven't heard. I'm pretty sure there isn't, so don't quote me on that. But, yeah, so I'm very curious to see how this goes, because it's something we really, really need.
Yeah, 100%. Like, they keep doing those things at the airport in Townsville or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Each year they do that.
The runway test, yeah,
the runway.
Yeah. But it's not the same as a wind tunnel.
No,
test.
No, not at all.
Plus, with this going to North Carolina, this will be in the hands of GM and Ford themselves. So
that part I like, because I'm kind of sick of the fact that every decision's made off a DJR and a 888. Like, yes, they're the factory teams, but other, like, F1 teams, for example, yes, the budget is massive, but every team has the access to the same features.
Yeah.
And resources.
I feel like maybe it was a bad idea that every car is the same. And I feel like, I don't know, I'm a bit on the fence about it, because, yeah, the qualifying is intense, but like Shane Van Gisbergen said, the racing's a bit average in terms of, because everyone's using the same components.
I think the reason for that is based on more the tires versus the car, because they keep going softer with the tires. It's not a race; you're just tire managing.
Do you reckon they should bring back dynamic tires, like in terms of like people can use hards and softs? I feel like I think the rules with it is too strict. Oh yeah, I'm not a fan of these. Everyone uses the same tire.
No, like in Formula 1, the reason why people pass people is because of tyres. And let's be honest, F1 is kind of boring at the moment. And tyre wear and strategy is the only thing that makes it,
like we said with
enjoyable.
Coda review. With
the
best part of that race was who used mediums, who used hards, and whatnot. So
I don't mind the minimum fuel that they use. I think Viet Supercars actually do that really well.
Yeah, no, I like
there's
that.
no difference between the fuel stops, which is great. Which obviously other sports, there's no real difference either. But I do like the idea of using different sets of tyres. And let's be honest, at Bathurst, I don't think the tyre selection was great.
No. Because they use
softs.
Yeah, and they only lasted maximum pretty much 20 laps.
Yeah, 26, 8 laps is the maximum someone got out of it. So it's not great for that reason, and I didn't like that part about Bathurst. And I think that's what Shane meant in that podcast he did with Dale Earnhardt, I think it was, when he goes, "Oh, the racing sucks." And the reason for that is not because the cars are harder to drive, which is the whole point of Gen 3, which means, the driver is the reason why they're successful.
Yeah, with the less air
versus,
and whatnot.
Yeah, versus what engine and car you have. So that part they've done well, but they've ruined it with the tyres because it just scraps the whole reason Gen 3 was brought in.
Yeah.
For better racing. It's just following everybody. There are passes in it, but there could be more.
There should, yeah, I agree. Some action, it's still better than Formula 1 in terms of on-track action, but...
True.
Yeah, most of the time you're basically conserving tyres from lap 2 onwards, pretty much. And that's why I wish Bathurst had the dynamic tyres. That would have been a perfect opportunity for that.
Tailem Bend was another one. Because that's when everyone was time where there was just a train. And there was not much action at Tailem Bend. But the qualifying was insane.
It was really, really... And everything is... You can guarantee, this weekend, for example, I think they're using softs as well.
This makes sense. It's a shorter track.
But qualifying is going to be incredible. Because, of course, we got the shootout as well. But the racing might be... Who knows? It might surprise us.
I got a feeling, and hate me if you want, but the wider cars, the less aero... the tyres all being the same, I got a feeling unless someone crashes, you're not going to get past anybody or makes a mistake.
Do you reckon it's going to be similar to Newcastle? Like how we pretty much didn't see much racing at all because of how close the track actually was, the width.
Yeah, well, the cars are the wider, and let's be honest, the guys before, and I think the lap times will be a lot slower, and this will be a track you'll see it the most. Probably Bathurst, you saw it, they were a second off, but this will be interesting because the width of the cars means they can't push as fast, which means their braking zones is different. The turn-in points will be different. Everything will be different, especially the backstretch chicane and the turn 1 chicane.
I wonder how they'll go around that back chicane specifically.
Well, they got rid of the tyre bundles.
Yes, which is fantastic.
Which is another talking point.
Because last year we saw the massive pile-up because of, I think James Golding crashed into one.
Yeah, he smashed into one and that ricocheted and took out half the field.
Yeah, so that's a good call. But
agreed. For safety, it is a great idea.
Oh, yeah. But I am looking forward to seeing those slow-mo shots of them going over the curbs. They can get pretty wild. But speaking of Newcastle, that has been cancelled for next year. That's not happening. And if you ask me, I don't think it will be happening ever again.
Yeah.
If you don't know...
It's disappointing.
Yeah, if you don't know, the local government has declined hosting the opener. And ever since, this is this was predictable. Ever since 2017, when they hosted the first time, there was so mixed bag of reviews there. A lot of residents were not happy whatsoever, and there were protests from that point. So, and it's actually similar to Las Vegas, actually, happening in Formula 1, where there's a lot of protests happening. Yeah,
my God.
It's reminding me of that exact moment. So I don't think...
Do you know what, though? Having been to Newcastle... Sorry to interrupt you, Daniel.
No, go.
Having been to Newcastle only about 3 months ago, I didn't realise... if you check on Google Maps on where the track is, it's literally right at the bottom... top right-hand corner of Newcastle where the water is. So there's literally no room elsewhere. And I didn't realise how hilly Newcastle was. So they're using the outskirts of Newcastle, but it's literally on the edge. There's no room else. There's water. It's a cliff face.
Yeah, that's right. Because there's no there's only spectators on one side, isn't there? Especially
Yeah, they can't use the outside of the the outside of the track is completely blocked because there's just water. There's a footpath around the whole thing, and that's it. And actually, the last corner, I was confused when I went to go visit there. It goes through a park, which has a basketball court on it. And then the last corner where McLaughlin did his donuts, or everyone does donuts there, that's just a car park.
Yeah, right.
It's really odd. But the road going into that car park isn't actually a road. It's just a fake kind of gym car park. It's bad basketball court. It's really weird.
See, is that in that aspect it's similar to the Adelaide 500, but the thing is, the Adelaide 500 actually has a
half of it is
parkway.
A racetrack.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
half of it is a road that they only use for this event.
Yeah, exactly. And normal days, it is actually just a park that you can run around on. And they host Pedal Prix there as well, which I've had the pleasure of being able to race there a couple times. But it's a much better layout than Newcastle in terms of
100%. Like I understand that it does. I understand that it does. What's the word I'm looking for? Like. It mucks up half the city. But, like I said, having been there, it doesn't take up that much room. It's right on the end. And there's probably, like, 2 streets, 3 max, 4, where it's interrupted housing.
Yeah, right.
Right? That's it. Whereas, if you think about the Gold Coast 500, there's, like, 25 buildings which aren't just one story. They're skyscrapers.
They're all skyscrapers, pretty much, aren't they?
Yeah. So getting in and out of that track as a resident, good luck. See, they've never complained.
The placement is perfect.
And Newcastle is dead. I woke up there on a Saturday morning. There's no one there. So I like having listened to all these things about the event being cancelled and the council and the people complaining. I don't get it. I think they're just whinging. But Newcastle is a kind of a relaxed, chilled city.
Yeah.
But for this event, they're just I don't know what it is. But in the make of it, we're gonna have most likely another round of Bathurst.
Yeah, so from the looks of it, it's actually going to be a 10-day festival to start the year. So
that's insane.
It's actually, do you know why they did that? It's quite clever.
It's with the 12-hour, isn't it?
Yeah, so the reason they did it is because Bathurst government only allow 5 events a year on the track. So Supercars have decided to make a 10-day event so they can have that Bathurst opener as well as the 12-hour, which is a bit silly.
That's clever.
It is, and because they were like, there's a limit on the event, but you didn't say how long the event could be. So that's their loophole.
Right.
So if this happens, though, nothing's been finalised, but it's very likely that will happen, which is a shame because I wish they would go to, Wington or Phillip Island and bring that back.
Oh, Winton's not on the calendar, is it?
No. So, was it this year? Was it on this year either?
I don't think so.
But no, that would be good to start off there. But
it was. Never mind.
Oh, was it? No, it's just next year. But
hang on. No, that was last year. No, sorry, it wasn't.
It wasn't this year. It's been a long year.
No.
But, so... But the thing is, because the reason they did this is because Supercars has a deal with New South Wales to host the opener.
Right.
So they have to oblige to that. So that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Now let's get on some news, some different news, some driver news, actually. Starting off with a little minor one before we get to a big one. Scott Pye is joining Triple Eight as a co-driver next year, most likely with Will Brown. Good choice, in my opinion.
Yep.
Of course, he was with the team. He started his supercar career with the team in 2013 and 2012 in Super 2. Actually, sorry. In 2013, he had Triple Eight machinery with Lucas
Was
Dumbrell.
that E-Cold car?
It was that yellow purple.
The one he smashed the wall at Simmons Plains?
The Eco Dado. I think it's...
Yeah, I think it was E-Cold. It was called. And, the legendary clip of that guy running away in the crowd. That was quite funny.
Yeah, he went... That's it. But he's had a few of those in his time.
Oh, he's had some big crashes, man.
I remember 2015 DJR Queensland Raceway. He just went straight on.
Even Bathurst as well. He's had a few big prangs.
Yeah, so he hasn't had much luck, unfortunately, in his career. But I'm hoping I can see it maybe turning around if he does well this next year.
Well, the thing is, there's a couple tracks he's very good at, and well, Bathurst, one of them. He's finished on the podium there. Was podium? No, sorry.
He did finish on the podium 2017 with Warren Luff.
Yeah, that's right. Who he was with?
Because they had that retro
this year.
This year he was.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but he didn't have a great year this year. Of course, they came together.
No, they both didn't. But like the two tracks one of the couple tracks is really good at are Bathurst and Gold Coast. So I think it's a perfect match.
Yeah. So great choice in my opinion.
Yeah, 100%. And then the other one is today's news. Or yesterday's news. That James Courtney is going from Tickford Racing to BRT. And he is going to be joined by Aaron Love, who was the wild card at Bathurst. And once they announced that, we kind of knew that was going to be his full-time role. But no, it's great. It's good news. And it keeps James Courtney in the series. But it does mean that the South Aussie is Todd Hazelwood, that is without a seat,
which is unfortunate. But he's yet to confirm what he will do next year. But he's definitely not full time next year. That's a guarantee. Unfortunately,
there's no more spots left, is there?
No. Well, Tickford and BGR haven't announced what they're doing, but it's more likely going to be Cam Waters and Randall going to be Tickford, and BJR keeping their 4 drivers.
Oh God. Sorry.
The money, mate.
Sorry, I just can't do it, man. Anyway.
The money, mate. The money.
Oh, man.
We need money.
It really pisses me off, I'll be honest.
No, I don't blame you. But in saying that, though, it is great to see 2 rookies next year, as well as Richie Stanaway. So that'll be great.
I've actually kind of... Yeah, so they're all locked. So it's just BJR, the 2. Aren't they going to a 2-car team?
No, that's Tickford. Tickford's dropping down to 2. That's why James Courtney's gone to...
Right.
Blanchard, and Fraser is probably out.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
So there's only two spots that haven't been announced, which is the 2 BJR ones.
Pretty much, I'm pretty sure, yeah. Because Team 18 have confirmed that Newlawn Racing's locked in both Golding and Slade. Yeah, I think it is just BJR and Tickford yet to post something. We don't even know who's going to be running Tickford yet next year.
Yeah, well, I'm just looking at next year, just seeing what's going on, just double checking.
But while you do that, just some minor news now. Just got a little bit. There's a Grove Racing are keeping their sexy bronze gold livery from Bathurst for the rest of the year, which is cool. And Scott Pye's running a retro Hino livery with gold rims.
No, bronze.
Bronze? Did I say gold? Oh, God, I've got
yeah,
gold.
you said gold.
Sorry.
Bronze rims are
bronze. That's
amazing.
They look so good, and I'm looking forward to seeing them.
It's kind of annoying how the car's red, but the wheels are bronze. Imagine if it was black. Or black with the retro Hino on it.
That would have been cool.
And then bronze wheels.
It still looks good though, just not as good as what it.
Yeah.
And
I've looked it up. It's just the 3 Brad Jones cars and the 2 Tickford cars. That's it.
Yeah, right. So technically, the silly season's pretty much done now. It's done. Finally done. Finally got to that point.
Yeah, unless Brad Jones pulls a shocker and gets Todd Hazelwood back, which is a good idea, by the way.
That is
Jack Smith.
Mate,
sorry, I didn't say that.
Mate. What did I say before?
We need money.
That SCT Logistics sponsorship, mate.
Oh, yeah. And speaking of that, actually...
big money.
James Courtney's bringing snowy caravans with him.
That's cool.
As well, so... expect 2 different looking cars, I reckon.
I must admit though, if they're running the Patronus and a Snowy River Caravans, they could be the #1 looking team. Just saying.
Well, they're both fantastic this year in terms of looks.
I think wasn't BRT nominated for the best looking team a couple years ago?
I don't know, but they should.
In the debut year. Because they had all the right uniforms, they had the top
that's right.
shirts. They did it to the max.
Yeah. No, I really like how they go.
Their polo top for the Patronus one for Bathurst, oh my god, that was a nice looking top. And they all wore that.
Yeah.
So they could be the best looking team next year.
I am excited to see how Aaron goes. Of course, he's been really quick in Super 2 this year. And I can see a rivalry happening and continuing with Ryan Wood. So that'll be pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, it'll be nice to see. Yeah, like you said, having 2 rookies again. Because who was the rookie this year? Did we even have any?
Matt Payne.
And Declan Fraser.
Yeah, and Declan Fraser. Which it feels like that you don't like notice that they're rookies, but technically they are.
Fraser I can get, but Payne has
a lot of experience.
Been really good.
Oh, very good.
I've been a bit shocked with Declan Fraser this year, to be honest, with how he's performed.
He's a great driver. Of course, he won Super 2 last year. But he just hasn't had the car behind him. And that's why I'm glad that Tickford are dropping down to 2. So they can purely focus on not only them, but the Super 2 guys as well. So I'm looking forward to that. Because the 4-car thing never
run out of cash. They'll probably run out of cash as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're still probably...
The amount of repairs they've done. And spending all the money on Ford
Yeah.
But I don't know how Brad Jones does it, man. Because in the next year, they're the only 4-car team.
And still going. Still going strong.
Right.
How long... They were one of the first ones to do it. Am I wrong with that?
Yeah.
Wrong.
I think so. I think they probably did it at the same time.
Walkinshaw did it once. I remember that. That went average for them. But that 2014 when they had Nick Percat and Tim Slade with Garth and James.
I don't remember that.
Is the super cheap one in the Coates Hire? That's Coates Hire.
Wasn't that Lucas Dumbrell?
No, so it was Lucas Dumbrell once. Because Nick Percat joined. Nick Percat joined LD after that.
Okay, right. All right, we're back on topic. The grid is almost set. That's how we're going to leave it. There's officially 5 spots left. However, we're pretty sure Tickford's going to announce this probably after Gold Coast.
Yeah.
And Brad Jones will unfortunately do the same.
I mean, Tickford, they're silly if they don't get Waters and Randall.
Agreed. I hope Brad Jones pulls the Todd Hazelwood back. Who else got kicked out of the series? Was that it?
Fraser and Todd, and technically Pye.
Yeah, well, Pye's already been signed.
Yeah. But there probably is a co-drive happening for Todd, for sure. Would be good, actually, if you can go with DJR even. That would be cool. Or,
Yeah, or maybe WAU.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one, too. But see,
I'm assuming it'll be a Ford team.
I have to look who's locked in and who's not, in terms of co-drivers, because some are.
I've got it here. It's literally just Scott Pye, David Russell, Garth Tander, and Lowndes.
Oh, well, never mind.
The rest are open.
Maybe
there's only 4.
Maybe there's a chance then.
Well, actually, now that you mention it, there's an an article on Speed Cafe where, let me get it up. Jamie Whincup has said he will step down from co-driving if necessary. Now, I don't know if that's a bit of a leak that they could be getting Todd Hazelwood or
I think it's more
someone else.
I think it's more about if Gisbergen is able to actually do Bathurst, because they've already locked in Pye. And they've got...
Oh, yes. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and Lowndes obviously is there for the next 2 years. So, yeah. I don't see Todd joining AAA, unfortunately.
No, he honestly could just be James Courtney's.
That's also another thing, you know. He said he'll announce it in pretty soon, so we'll keep an eye out for that.
Okay, maybe by the next podcast we'll have all the information.
Hopefully, you know, even by, I think, maybe Adelaide preview, there might be an answer.
Yeah.
But let's get on with actual Gold Coast stuff. Just running some track details. It's a street circuit, of course, 2.96 kilometre track with 15 corners, and there's not a single straight in sight. It's obviously now a single driver round. We're back to normal standings, and there are 250 kilometre races each day.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. And I think soft tyres. I think we mentioned that.
Yeah.
Quick look at the schedule on the Friday, which is the day this will be posted. At 11:35, we've got a 30-minute session for practice, and then at 3:30, we've got practice 2. Saturday at 11:35, we've got qualifying for race 25, and then at 1:05, we've got top 10 shootout, and then at 3:45, we've got race 25, which is scheduled for 85 laps. Sunday is very similar in terms of structure, just different times. 10:05, we've got qualifying for race 26. 11:35, top 10 shootout, and then 2:15, we've got race 26. Now, in terms of support categories, I believe there's, I think V8 Utes make an appearance. I think, don't quote me on that one, but I definitely know that Carrera Cup and Super Sedans are back again. Of course, they're at Bathurst, and they did put on a good show.
Now, just double checking, what was the time zones you were saying those in?
Oh, sorry, that was the Gold Coast times. So what? I always screw this up. ASDT.
Yeah, well, they don't do the daylight savings. Anyway,
I don't know. It's Queensland time.
Now.
Queensland time. Right?
Okay.
There you go.
Cool.
Yeah, sorry. I should have
Now,
mentioned that.
That's all good.
But here's one thing. Now, technically, Brody Kostecki can win the title this weekend.
Can he?
So, but if he does, it will only be on Sunday. So he just has to get 300 points clear to be completely safe in Adelaide. So basically, he just needs Gisberger. If he wins, by the way, if Kostecki wins both races, Gisberger needs to finish 13th or higher to keep the race going to Adelaide.
It should be.
Yeah.
He should be able to do that. It should be a finale in Adelaide.
But if Gisbergen crashes in both races, which is highly unlikely given how strong he is around here, then Erebus win it. And also, speaking of Erebus, it's only Erebus and Triple Eight that can win the teams. And basically, Feeney and Brown are probably it's their last chance this weekend to keep the chances going to next one. But
yeah, I'm just doing the gaps now because none of these websites give us the difference.
No, which speaking of website, I'm really I'm not a fan of the new design. Like, you can't really see half the stuff.
It's kind of hard to use. So the team's championship difference is 179.
Mm-hmm.
And the other championship, the Drivers' Championship, is... That's not right.
I think it's 130 or something, wasn't it?
31, I think.
I'm trying to remember based off our last...
Yeah, 131.
131, yeah. I was close. It was very close. So, it's going to be... It's highly unlikely that... the pod...
You want to know what else is sad, though? Brad Jones is third in the championship.
Yeah?
Yeah, but him and Heimgartner and Forward.
Yeah, right.
And then Dick Johnson's behind, and then Walkinshaw, and then Tickford. Holy crap. Tickford is 6th, but that's the 5 and 6 car. So that's Courtney and Waters. And then the other side of the garage is all the way down in 11th.
Yeah, right.
How does that work, though, with the 4-car team?
Oh, so basically 2 and 2. Or 2
Yeah, but
and
how do they work
1.
out the grid order? How do they work out the pit lane order with the 2?
That's a good point. They're always together, aren't they?
Yeah, so are they going to use the 3rd place? You'd assume so.
I'd say so, yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I'd
that's
say so.
interesting.
If the third, yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But it's going to be a dynamic pit lane next year, apparently too, which I'm not a fan of.
Is it?
Yeah, so you know what that is? Are you aware of?
They swap and change.
So basically, you know how every time the pit lane is ordered the way the championship finished last year.
Yeah.
They're thinking of making it dynamic. So whoever's leading that round, the following round,
Ah.
it's a live standings, which
They do that in IndyCar.
which I don't like because they work all their asses off basically to get that pit lane position for next year. Normally.
Yeah, but then again, you can think about it. They worked their butt off the last weekend to do that too.
I suppose that's true. It might push them to work hard.
IndyCar do that. And this is actually even more confusing because they do it by driver championship, not team. Yeah.
Oh my god. If I was a driver,
they kind of messed up.
The amount of times I would have gone in the wrong pit bay.
That's why they got those poles.
Yeah.
Oi, I'm over here. But yeah, anyway, that's very interesting, and both the championships are very close. So, look, last year in Adelaide when we went to the races, both seasons were wrapped up. So,
yeah,
I'm actually hoping it's close. We get to see some action.
I reckon there will just be a 180 gap between the two, or maybe because I don't think Gisbergen's going to have a disaster.
No,
unless
it'll be close.
He gets crashed out.
I still think Brody will lead. But the thing is, though, like, Brody has been so good so quick that we don't have any reference really to go by. Like, yes, he's been there the last couple of years, but, we know how good Shane is everywhere from the last 5 years worth of data. You know what I mean? So,
and
we think Brody can hold on, but we'll see.
Now, because this is a driver circuit, I reckon Mozzie will be very quick. Potentially he'll be up there.
Yeah.
As well. So you've got to watch out for him. Cam Waters is also very strong in street circuits. That's why I'm looking forward to this. It's not necessarily going to be completely about parity.
No, that's what I was saying to you before. The parity thing is kind of useless this week.
Yeah, because like I said, there's not a single straight in sight.
No.
So I'm excited for it. But who's your top three for the weekend?
Yeah, I was about to say Tip.
Because there's two races, so we won't say who's race one, race two. Let's just say who will make a podium appearance.
Okay.
Just because then we can both win. If something goes bad.
Sure. I think... Well, this is tough. I think you've mentioned the two that I would probably say, but I'd also chuck in Reynolds.
That's a good one.
Reynolds could be up there.
Well,
he usually does really good.
He got pole last year at the Gold Coast. Yeah, I think Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
I just saw that lap again the other day. That's why I thought of it.
Yep.
But
I think definitely he can be up there. Yeah, there's no other real... Like, obviously you can say Shane and Brody. And then, I'd say Mostert can get one. And then, I'd go Reynolds as the other one.
I can see 8 potential possibilities in terms of that.
Say that again, you cut out.
Oh, sorry. I said I can see possibly 8 different drivers can end up on the podium. Like,
I mean, I should be adding Will Brown and Feeney as well.
Yeah, because we've got, obviously, Gizzy, Kostecki, but you got to feature Brown. Feeney's been really good. Of course, he won in Adelaide last year. And Sandown. And he was doing well at Bathurst, but let's not get into that. We've got Waters, Mostert, Reynolds, Heimgartner as well. That's a good one. And De Pasquale, of course, Townsville. But DJR have been up and down this year in terms of pace.
Yeah. Feeney didn't do that good, though, last year at Gold Coast, from what I remember.
No. I can't really remember.
Because he was involved in that huge crash.
James Golding.
13th.
James Golding, he was strong here last year, too. This was...
Yeah, he does qualifying. He rid off the car, didn't he?
Yeah, besides from that.
Oh, yeah,
he was really strong. He was really strong until he wasn't. But he had a lot, and of course Newcastle, he was really good too. So this year, so I'm very excited to see how he goes. He might be the dark horse.
Yeah, let me try find the Stats. Race. So who won last year? Shane, Reynolds, Mostert was the podium in race 1, which we've said all 3 of those guys.
Yeah.
And race 2 was Shane, Mostert, and yeah, one I was gonna say but I didn't. I chickened out was Will Davison.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. And Brody Kostecki was 5th, so there you go. He's in it. God, Chris Pith was 9th.
Honestly,
that may have been the one. Oh, no, that was the race with the huge crash.
Oh, yeah.
That wiped out. Only 17 cars finished.
Yeah. Out of the 26 or 27 or something like that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so that's pretty much it in terms of what's happening. But I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be great. I love it. I've never been, but the atmosphere from the TV is still pretty cool.
Yeah. Should we do a race 1 and 2 tip win?
For a win? Or, I reckon Kostecki and I'm going to say Waters. I'm actually going to lock in Waters for Sunday.
Wow. I think Shane will win the first race just based on the experience. And then everyone will catch up on Sunday. And then I'd like to say Kostecki, but I think Mostert. I want to throw a dark horse. I don't know. I just want something different.
You want to see a Mustang win, finally.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone does, even Camaro fans. They deep down, they want...
Oh, yeah.
But
you cut out again, by the way.
Oh.
They want what?
I was like, deep down Camaro fans, like heavy Camaro fans.
Oh, right.
But I'm a Camaro fan. I choose them over them.
I'm everyone. Yeah, I'm everyone. I'm ready to see something different. So, yeah, I think that wraps it up, doesn't it?
Pretty much,
That's
yes.
So,
telling us to hurry up. But we'll wrap this up. So, of course, if you haven't seen our F1 debrief, do check that out. That came out yesterday. Because this will be uploaded on the Friday. And stay tuned for next week where we've got it's Mexico, isn't it?
Yeah,
Mexican Grand Prix review as well as the Gold Coast review. The second to last review for Supercars, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But any final things you want us to mention before we do some plugs and wrap this up?
Nah, I just think it'll be an action-packed weekend and get excited.
And let us know in the comments and stuff who your pick is for this weekend. Do you think Brody can actually win the title? I'm very excited. It's going to put if he doesn't win, then Adelaide's going to be even bigger.
Yeah. Oh, it'll be a great weekend.
Yeah, for sure. But if you want to check us out, all our links and stuff are down below. Alex is on his side, and but for Spotify, we actually made this a video now. I forgot that was a feature, so you can just check these out as well. We don't really need to mention them, but Alex, you want to give a quick plug to your pod? We did that with the F1 debrief, but
yeah. You surprised me with that.
It's fairly new, so go ahead.
Yeah, I have a brand new podcast, completely unrelated to motorsport, but if you like NBA basketball or the Houston Rockets, the podcast is called the Rockets Pod Down Under. There's only one episode, and it's only on Spotify for now. I am working on that, so I hope the episode 2 will be on other platforms, but the NBA season started today, so a lot of content coming up over the next 6 months.
So if you're into that, do check it out indeed. The link will also be down below in the description and show notes.
Cool. Thank you.
But that's all from us. We'll see you next week. Have a good one. Bye for now.
Bye.